I'm not really going to get nowhere. I could get white.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to another show, one of the dopest shows on YouTube, where we talk about everything under the sun as long as we get back to the money, real conversations, and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar Dog. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Listen. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope y'all are doing phenomenal. I hope y'all are doing great. So, I want to go ahead and put this out here. I know there have been a lot of people who've been telling me, well, there not a lot. There have been some people telling me that I need to shorten my introduction, right? So I'm a listener of the people. So before I get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure you share this with your family and friends, all right? So we got some topics to cover, and we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. But before we dive into it, you already know what we got to do. Cheers up. In every glass, pour with purpose. Cheers. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. We're going to start off hot. We're going to start off with some fire. Because I think it's we got a lot of things to cover. So I think it's best if we go ahead and dive into it. So first thing I'm diving into the Anton Daniels topic. I wanted to talk about this again. My guy, what's up with you, homie? What's up with you, my dog Wilson? How you feeling, big dog? I want to dive into this topic first because I think it's still prevalent. I think it's important to talk about, especially when it comes to content creation. All right. We kind of covered this yesterday on Banter and Barter, but I kind of wanted to give my individualistic thought process on this, and then we'll just rock out from there. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it.
I was actually getting ready to make another video when I came across another video of Anton. I think one of you guys may have sent it to me. It was a personal reaction. And when I looked at the video, I was like, okay, this is just normal Anton type of stuff. And then it dawned on me, something is wrong with this. Let me explain. Before I kind of teach you guys where the scam is at, I want you guys to understand what Anton Daniels frames himself as. Anton Daniels frames himself as a motivator, a business coach, an entrepreneur. I mean, literally, this is from his site. In addition to content creation and business management, Anton also has been successful in the real estate sector, blah, blah, blah. He pours back by offering one-on-one coaching sessions for people wanting to grow personally or professionally, as well as investing silently and publicly into numerous small to medium businesses across the world. So take that on with your own risk, okay?
Okay, so just starting right now, because there may be a lot of pauses in this, right? So starting out, he's telling him exactly what Anton Daniels is, what he proclaims himself to be, right? Now, this is where I said on the Banter and Barter show yesterday, where he comes off disingenuous in this conversation. If he's been watching Anton for this long, he knows that Anton is one of those individuals who brings receipts. Now, again, this is a grown man. He can defend himself, but I'm speaking from the perspective of a content creator myself, as well as a person who has had the luxury to have a one-on-one coaching call with Anton Daniels, right? And I'm a frequent listener of him and the content that he puts out, right? Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have an objective outlook on the entire topic. I can be very objective, but when you're wrong, you're wrong. And so in this instance right now, he's already starting off bad.
If you look at his main channel, 1.43 million subscribers, and people look at that and say, damn, he's doing good. He's doing great. I want to grow my channel like him. And so this is what I want to do. And because Anton has made a lot of money, he comes on to YouTube talking like this.
Working with people, planning for things. You leave at 8:30, so you don't even get no breaks. You don't get no time off. I leave at 8:30. The first thing I do is I go out, I grab the camera, and then I record the video that I wind up dropping in the morning. And then right after that, you know, you go and you grind and you go and push, and then you got to go and prepare for the show, for the Monday night show. And it just goes into that. And it's that circle, right?
He talks about how busy he is, what he has to do across the day. And to be honest, I used to believe this. And to a certain degree, I mean, he's not all the way lazy. He probably is busy. He probably does have investments. I don't doubt that. But then this is what got me.
In order to do this, and the reason why a lot of people aren't successful, even when it comes to content creation, is because they don't have the love for it. You got to have a true love for what you do to continue to do what you do, and then approach it with the same energy. Because a lot of people, even when they jump on these panels or they get into content creation or they finally drop a video, is low energy. It looks like they had to do it.
So content creation, you got to love it. You can't be lazy with it. You got to actually desire it. Now, this is something that I have a problem with, because I'm going to prove to you that this is an outright lie. Okay. So if you're a person and you're wanting the Anton Daniels way of how he's getting rich on here, the majority of it comes from this Anton Daniels channel, right? Look at this video. Don't become a young, traditional trad wife, bitter divorce woman, go after trad wives and whatever. Number one, you should never title a video like that, but I got you. If you look at this video here, it's 10 minutes and 49 seconds.
Why not? Why not? See, you saying that you shouldn't, but see, here's the thing though, O'Shea Duke Jackson. If it's so bad, why aren't you giving transformative content? Why aren't you saying what should be better? What's a better title then? For those individuals who may be thinking about creating content, right? You're saying there's what he's doing is wrong, correct? That's what you're saying. What he's doing is wrong. You're trying to call him a scammer, etc., etc. So why not also give the information as well? Like, okay, well, I don't think that you should create your title like that. You should do X, Y, and Z instead. But you're not giving that. And this is why, again, going back to the Banter and Barter show, this is why I believe that Clem Macaroni Tony was out here saying, hey, man, he sounded like he hating. It sounded like more of hate. But again, objectively speaking, I'm going to
have my editor press play, but not have any sound. You will see Anton Daniels is just sitting back, looking at this person talk. He's not saying anything, okay? He's looking at the camera, making dumb faces, whatever you want to say, and he's letting this lady carry the entire video. He's not popping in anything, nothing. He doesn't say his first thing until 2 minutes and 2 seconds. That's when he first says something. Now, literally what that is a copyright strike if it was a YouTuber doing that.
Nope.
Because you're not putting in any kind of real value. But ultimately, if somebody watches this video, you can click on it, not necessarily because it's Anton, but because it's somebody else carrying the whole video. It's not like my video or most other folks' videos where you're putting in effort. You're carrying the whole video in, which takes scripting. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes editing.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you want somebody to create the content the way that you created. You want them to go find different edits. You want them to clip up everybody's videos. You want them to do deep dives and make it all appealing with the music in the background. That's what you want. But here's the thing, big dog, and here's something that you aren't mentioning as well. You have editors, big dog. Now, that doesn't mean that you weren't doing it by yourself at first, but I'm pretty sure the productivity and the effectiveness and the amount of and the volume at which you put out content is far different today than it was back then when you was doing it by yourself. And what you're not telling the people is this: YouTube rewards consistency. And it rewards volume. Now, there's more context to the consistency, but that's what you're not telling the people that are listening to you. But you got a whole bunch of bandwagoners in your comments saying, oh, see, I already knew Anton did this, blah, 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 blah. See, that's why I started watching content, because this. A lot of those individuals stop watching Anton Daniels simply because of the simple fact Anton Daniels probably rubbed them the wrong way, because when he was holding them accountable, they probably felt some type of way, and they was probably talking about them. But hey, do what you do.
Stuff like that. Anton Daniels is acting like he's really working hard in this business, and the reality is he can do like 5 or 6 of these videos in 1 hour, And he's literally letting the other creator who created the work do all the heavy lifting for him. Then turn around and then sell this ability of quote unquote coaching and charge you $1,000 to help you get your YouTube channel up or your business up. Let's look at this other video. This is interesting. If you're a black woman, shorten your nails in corporate America. Women debate if it's ghetto. Again, Mr. Hard Worker, okay? He's sitting back. Again, there he is, probably the same day. He has the same thing on. Sitting back, looking at this. I mean, this is absolutely no effort. This other person who's created this has put up her time and effort into the video, creating this video. Anton is just sitting there looking at it, not interjecting a whole minute and 50 seconds, okay? He doesn't say anything until about 1 minute 52. So if you're watching this video, this is no longer really adding value to the video.
And again, this is where you're wrong. Because again, if you are a reactionary content creator, I've even done it myself, where there were points where I'm watching somebody else do reaction content and they consistently keep pressing pause. Hey, you're pressing pause. Stop pressing pause. Let us watch the entire video. Let us watch the entire thing. And then give your thoughts afterwards. But we want to get the full context of it first. We don't want you to continue to keep talking. Let us get the full context first. That's why when you get these type of videos or you get your videos from TikTok, a lot of times they're about 2 minutes or so. So you let them get their entire spiel off and then you rebuttal. Now, in some cases, they may say something that may strike you to want to say something. So you may stop it for that quick moment and say what it is that you got to say, considering the fact of what they just said. And then you press play so they can finish their entire thought. That's what reactionary content is. What it sounds like that you're referring to, Big Dog, is somebody who creates the content, and the content that the person creates, right? They always have that little split screen where the person's not saying anything, they're not doing anything. They're just in, it's like a pre-recorded video or something that somebody just puts up just to make it seem like it's their own content when it's really not. I've seen plenty of those, especially on TikTok. That's not what this is. This is not the same thing.
Because the person has talked for 2 entire minutes. So you've had 2 entire minutes to basically use this person's content without saying anything into the content. And this is what he does every video. This is how you can put out 200, 300 videos a month and make a whole lot of money. But you cannot do that and then turn around and say you're bag chasers and say other people are lazy. You're not getting the bag. This is the most laziest shit you can do as a content creator. It requires no effort. It requires no drive. It's largely content theft. That's what it is. It is largely content theft. And if you put this video on Facebook Reels, Shorts, of course the video is going to do good because it's always the other person talking. He'll come in and pop in and say something in this video, and then I think he'll let the lady say something for the rest of the video, and then that's it. It's really lazy. It's no effort into it at all. Let's look at another video. If we go here, I'm not talking about pride. Fans are mad at the San Francisco Giants Buster Posey over Pride Night. Again, this is not a good title, but okay. But we can see the play here. So let's do this. Sit back. It's the same day, same outfit. Record this video. Again, acting like he's working hard. The guy, this is not work, okay? This is not work. This is not ingenuity. This is scamming, okay? Largely, it's scamming whoever made the video, and you're adding no real value to it because, again, he doesn't say anything here until about, 1 minute, 51 seconds, 1 minute, 52 seconds. That's all. So then he says something. After playing their entire video for the entire time, okay? Didn't add any real value into it. Now, here's what he does. He builds up this credibility. He streams with people. Then he tells the women, look, if you want to get your YouTube channel up, come and rock with me. He has some streams and stuff like that. And even when you notice the stuff that he does on his own without using somebody else, look at the Millionaire Morning Show.
Dog, you can't be this. You can't be serious, O'Shea Duke Jackson. You can't be serious, bro. So this is what it sounds like to me. It sounds as if somebody has figured out a way to create good content. I guess you could say subjectively, good content, and they capitalize on the content that they create. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. Tell me I'm tripping. You're upset at the fact that Anton is doing crazy numbers, and you are upset at the fact that because you put so much effort into your content, which is content, by the way. I want to be clear about that. You make some great content. You have really good content. So I'm not taking that away from you at all. But what it sounds like is the fact that you put so much effort and work into it, and you probably believe that you should be so far along. That's what I'm guessing. But I've heard from J Ben from Unbiased Raw. He said that you got multiple platforms and you doing numbers as well. So I could be off on that situation. So if I am off on that, correct me, all right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that I said that you make great content. But the simple fact that he makes the content the way that he makes the content, you feel some type of way about that. If the people in the audiences is responding to it, why are you tripping? Why are you worrying about it? I thought this was supposed to be black people celebrating black people. You see a black man celebrating, you see a black man doing great. Why aren't you celebrating? Instead of talking crap about it. Now, could this be for clicks? Could this be for bait? Or the simple fact of, like, you know what, let me just create a little competitive competition, lighthearted competition? Could be. Who knows? Who knows the motive? But come on, man. But speaking from a content perspective, there's many ways to skin a cat. Your way, his way, and there are other ways to do it too.
You look at the Millionaire Morning Show, it doesn't really have a whole lot of like views. I mean, he's on here for 3 hours, 4 hours a day, 19,000 views, 23,000 views, 22,000 views. It's not good. It's not great numbers. All right. And the reason,
well, that's also, I'm sorry, y'all, but see, again, it's never going to be the same. Why? Because when you are watching live stream, that means you have to watch the live stream. That means it's live. When he does the Millionaire Morning Show, it's in the morning time. A lot of times, a lot of people are at work. Some people can't pull out their phone at work. Some people are busy working, right? And the individuals, and on top of that, some people are there to watch a certain topic. So viewers come and go. Viewers are in and out. Viewers are in and out. But you can't say that the numbers that the numbers that he's pulling during the live stream aren't consistent numbers. That's what matters. So you're equating two different people. There are people who love to watch live stream videos versus people who just like to watch a one specific video and then they go on about their day. Those are two different type of audiences. There's people who love shorts. There's people who love just the pre-recorded content. There's people who love live streams. All three of those viewers are different. They're not the same. So it's never gonna align. Come on, G. Come on, man.
why is because you can't fake this stuff. Okay? You can fake everything else, but when it's just you doing the content, you have to carry the show. It's difficult. Same thing with Room 9. They don't get great numbers over there. But the whole idea is it's always a grift. Now, here's what I want to say to entrepreneurs like this. If you're willing to grift like this on YouTube, everything else you do, you will grift. Real estate, you're putting the same effort into it. Any other businesses, same effort. Because largely he got all his money from YouTube. So if he got all his money from content creation, which I know is the fact.
Come on, man.
Can't seriously be good at anything else.
So hold on, O'Shea. So you telling me if he's making money that you just said it out of your own mouth, that is a fact. That is a fact. No denying that he's making a ton of money off of YouTube. And most people who get on YouTube, they want to make money. So If somebody wants to get on YouTube and make money without copyright infringement, without doing things the wrong way, without getting their channel completely terminated, you mean to tell me that you're making an entire 11-minute something video about how this man is scamming when you just said out of your mouth he makes a lot of money from doing the content? How is it scamming? Where's the scam? Help me to understand where's the scam. If there's no copyright, if his videos aren't getting taken down, if he's consistently doing these numbers, if this man is at 1 million something, because you, like you said, you can't fake it, you can't fake the numbers. So therefore, if he's at over 1 billion something views over his platforms, where's the scam at? What it sounds like me is efficiency. Somebody found out a way to work smarter and not harder. Somebody found out a way to create content without all the extra editing, because guess what? Whether you believe it or not, some people don't like to watch videos that are highly edited, no matter how great it is. Some people don't care for that. They just want to hear the person's thoughts. They want to get straight to the point. They want to hear people's thoughts, and then they want to go on about their day. There are viewers that are like that. There are viewers who like that type of content, or they like the individual, or they may have saw their live stream and they say, you know what, I rock with this person. This person is dope. So I want to go and do a deep dive on all the videos. I want to go listen to what they're talking about. And guess what? They subscribe to this person, and they continuously rock with this person in all of their videos that they post. That's how it works. What are we talking about right now?
Serial entrepreneur typically, in my honest opinion, means scammer. That's what that means. It's French for scamming, okay? And I never noticed it until now. And it's crazy because this guy sits around all the time and insults the black community like a dog.
That's
and
right.
Then you see literally he found a glitch in the system. And if you ask him, how do you set up a YouTube channel? How do you make thumbnails? How do you make titles? He doesn't know. Largely.
That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. Patreon, listen, the Patreon members know. I'm not gonna dive into the Patreon members know. Shout out to the Patreon members. Shout out to them bag chasers over there, man.
What's brought him into where he's at now is just being controversial. So if you're controversial and you can
Controversial and entertaining, you can't just be controversial. There are a lot of people who are controversial, but they're not entertaining. There are a lot of people who are intellectual, but they aren't entertaining. There are a lot of people who may be entertainers, but guess what? They aren't intellectual. You have to be able to do both. You have to be, if you're going to be controversial, you also have to be intellectual, or in the sense of being able to have a transformative conversation.
basically fake it till you make it, which is what he did. You know, getting into the likes of Stephen A. Smith, getting into the likes of Charleston White, and basically just running that who you know game and using clout to make money. That's all this is. You know, if you want to also fake it till you make it too, and use your opportunities and then act like you have game for people, this is no game in this. Okay? If you copy this exact method, it will never work. You will not be a good content creator.
Why not?
Right? If YouTube ever change,
What makes you think that? What makes you think that you won't ever be a good content creator, huh? That doesn't mean anything. So what you're missing is the fact of adaptability, being able to adapt. You can always find a way to make the job easier. Shout out to AI. You can always find a way to make the job easier. You can always find ways to make the job more efficient. What are you talking about, bro? Help me to understand something. What are you talking about?
its policy on this stuff, he would never even have a channel. Largely, it's lazy work. It's
that's like saying, oh well, if such and such would have never went to the NBA, then he wouldn't be the GOAT. Well, yeah, that would be the case, but that's not the case right now. So live with it. You said O'Shea was missing that Anton videos money because this was just out the blue. I think that's what it is, bro. I honestly and truly believe that's what it is. Because it's not making sense to me. There's many different ways to skin a cat. There's many different ways to create content. O'Shea Do Jackson's way, that's one way to create content. Anton Daniels' way is another way to create content. So who told him? Who told O'Shea Duke Jackson that his way is the only way? Make it make sense. And this is why I know this entire video is disingenuous, dog.
It's the same thing every month. Put up a whole bunch of videos, letting other people talk. Do that 3 to 4 hours a day, acting like you're working so much. You're so busy as an entrepreneur when you're not. There is no, like, literally, I could do this in about an hour.
Well, do it.
Seriously, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Do it.
I mean, somebody might find the clips for you, but that's not work, because the whole time somebody is carrying the load. Like, listen to what I'm doing right now in this video. The whole 12 minutes or 13 minutes, however this video is going to be, I've been carrying the video myself. I've had to find the clips. I had to have the talking points. I had to work.
When did you find the clips, O'Shea Duke Jackson? Did you just say you got an editor at the beginning of the video? You said you got an editor, so you got help. You got help too. So how's the pot gonna call the kettle black? You got editors too, big dog. So what you talking about?
Work throughout the video, put it together, then come back, design a thumbnail, design the title, all of that. That's my honest work. Okay, it takes a long time to do that. But then to come back around and act like you are talented, you are a real business person, and then charge somebody a one-on-one consultation to do what? I don't think there could be anybody ever happy that has done a one-on-one consultation with this guy and can come around and say, I've learned some skills or some tips. The only skills are—
So O'Shea Duke Jackson, what if I bust your butt and told you I was one of those one-on-one callers and I'm happy about what the one-on-one coaching call that I did with Anton? What if I'm the one? What if I'm one of the individuals that did a one-on-one coaching call and I was satisfied with that one-on-one coaching call, and he has given me a lot of tips on how to create the content, and it has been working? Now what you gonna say? What you gonna move? Let me guess, you'll move the goalpost. Well, you ain't at 1 million followers, you ain't at 1 million subscribers, you ain't at 1 million views. Well, you of all people should know it takes time to build a platform. You should know that. It takes time to get discovered. That's why YouTube rewards consistency over time. Consistent work, consistent effort, continuously showing up. No matter what you deem as a content creator or what's lazy and what's not lazy, you still got to get in here and do it. I still have to get in here, turn on the camera, find the videos, and talk about the topics. I still have to show up. I still have to set up the entire live stream. I still have to do that. I still have to put the titles, the descriptions, the tags, tag other videos in here, like I tagged your video in the description as well. I still have to do all of that. That's still part of work. Having to go find a picture for the thumbnail, that still requires work. But what you're missing most of all, big dog, is how can I be as effective as I possibly can doing the least amount of work? How can I still be effective? How can I have high output without having to overwork myself or have put myself in overdrive in order to get certain content out and still get the same results? What am I missing?
tips you can do is if you post a lot of politically charged videos on YouTube and you have an audience, you will make money, even if you're doing a bunch of things wrong. But he don't have no reason to call somebody somebody lazy, somebody no accountability, talking about hard work. This is not hard work, man. I used to be like, oh, okay, Anton blowing up. Maybe he's a better creator than me. Anton's not better than anybody. Largely, this is sad. Well,
that's the point. That's what you're missing. You're so focused on who's better and who's not. you're missing the entire play. You're missing the entire play. You missed it. If that's what you're focused on about who's being a great content creator, you've missed the plot already. You missed it. You missed it.
This is sad. Going over to TikTok and just playing people's whole entire videos for the whole, like, from start to finish, damn near, then interjecting the first 2 minutes of the video. It's not even, you're not even watching it for the video because of him anymore. You're watching the video because of the person. So
no. People click on the video because they want to know because you already know when you see somebody's thumbnail, that's what drives the clicks, right? So you see somebody doing something, whatever, then you have this thumbnail overlay text that says something that gives you shock value, that makes you want to click. It's like, oh, and it's Anton talking about it, or whatever content creator it is that you rock with. You see that person like, oh, I want to know what they got to say. So let me click on this video to see what they're talking about, see what's going on in this video. So then when the video starts, some people start off with an intro. Some people get right into the video. Some people have a whole monologue before they actually get to the video. Everybody has their different method and way that they create their content, correct? Now, with that being said, once the video is played, now let's get to the video. They watch the video. Some people stop at 30 seconds in. Some people stop at 60 seconds in, depending on how long the video is. Some people let it play all the way through, so therefore they can get their full thought out, so you can understand what they're talking about. Then they give their opinions at the end of it. That's what it's about. That's what the content creation is about. That's what reaction videos are about. What are you talking about, my guy? And the thing is, I don't know if does O'Shea Duke Jackson go live? I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know. But again, and here's the thing, I'm pretty sure that he watches. I'm pretty sure that he used to watch, or he does watch the Millionaire Morning Show. So for him to even come up with this, for him to even make this content, it just shows, I think he's just trying to do it for clicks, bro. I don't even think he's really hating. I don't even think he believes what he's saying in this video. I think he's just doing it just for the clicks. That's what I think he's doing. Because there's no way you've been in YouTube this long and you making a video about this. This is crazy. It's just like the old heads, and it's just like old heads. They used to play basketball a certain way. Now they see these new cats playing basketball a different way. Now, see, man, basketball ain't the same no more, man. Man, back in my day, nah, basketball is basketball. The rules aren't the same. Things are different. The game has evolved, so therefore you got to evolve with it. If you can't evolve with it, that's your problem. Same thing with this. If you don't know how to evolve, if you don't know how to be more efficient, if you don't know how to minimize all your editing and still be a good content creator, because that's what makes. Let me be real with you right quick. If you can't keep your content simple and still be effective, then you might not be as good of a content creator than you think you are. Because see, I can use a basketball reference here. Most people think that you need a bag. When you're a hooper, if you're a scorer, I look at the person who does not have to dribble as much, who does not have to put the ball on the ground as much and can still get a bucket. And one of those individuals that I love to reference is Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is a great scorer. He doesn't need a big bag. He will put you in triple threat, and he will kill you in triple threat, not putting the ball on the ground once and still get a bucket on you. Least amount of effort, still effective. Let's just use LeBron James, since LeBron James is a topic tonight. Let's use LeBron James. A lot of people try to use, well, LeBron James he ain't got a bag for real. Does he really need one though? Why does he need a bag when you that big, you that strong, and you that fast? Why do you need a bag when I could just get right past you, and I could blow right past you and just give you a shoulder and dunk on you? Why do I need a bag for? Why do I need to be extra? It makes sense for somebody like a Kyrie Irving. He's smaller. He's quicker, so therefore he's going to have to be a little bit more. He's going to have to finesse a little bit more under the cup. to get around a defender. He got to be a little bit more creative because he's not as athletic as a 6'8" LeBron James. So he has to be a little bit more creative. Same as a Stephen Curry. You have to be a little bit more creative. But that doesn't mean that Kyrie isn't good. That doesn't mean that Kyrie isn't considered one of the best point guards to ever play the game. Just because he has a better bag. I always looked at it as a person who don't need to do all the extra shit to get a bucket. It makes more sense to me. I don't need to exert. If I don't need to exert all the energy to get a bucket, why do it? Make it make sense to me, dog. I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding. Instead of what you should have did just created a video or not created the video at all and just moved on about your day and talk about some other celebrity junk. But instead, here you are. He said he don't have the capacity. I guess he don't. He said, I had this video in my watch later playlist. Glad I didn't watch it. Probably wouldn't have got through it. For real, bro. It's wild. No, he just does pre-recorded videos and has been for years. Oh, see, that's what it is. He does pre-recorded videos. Now, mind you, he still is where he's at because of his content. And again, that's not taking away from his content. He just does great. He does good content too. So I'm not taking away from O'Shea Duke Jackson, but to try to throw salt on somebody else in the way that they create their content is wild to me. Doesn't make sense. I don't like dude in pink. He do whitewash. What is whitewash? How is he whitewashed? How was somebody whitewashed? Because somebody don't think like you. Somebody who thinks outside the box. See, that's the problem with that's the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all need to get out more, bro. I think that's y'all problem. I think a lot of black people who call another black person whitewashed or something like that. I think y'all don't get out a lot. I think a lot of y'all individuals, I think y'all will go into areas where there's a lot of money and y'all wouldn't know how to act. Y'all would feel uncomfortable. Oh, see, look. Now I done said something. To you. Yeah, tight do-rag. Well, my do-rag ain't tight, big dog. It ain't tight. It's firm, but it ain't tight. It's to keep the waves. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? You feeling a little butthurt about it. It's cool. No issue. Guess what I won't do? I ain't gonna block you, bro. I ain't gonna time you out. Talk your talk. That's what we about. But I found it crazy though for people to say, "Oh, a black man is whitewashed because he don't." Oh, because he whitewashed because he don't think like us. You a black man, but yeah, here we are again, another black man talking about a black man in the way that he creates his content. Talking down on another black man, but yeah, all you got something to say is about somebody in the pink shirt, how he's whitewashed. Y'all got some selective outrage out here in these streets today. Jesus.
That's what you think. Triple H, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at
Oh, so I'm guessing O'Shea Duke Jackson. So I'm guessing he grifting too. So because you had to throw your Patreon in there, huh? So I guess you grifting too, huh? So I guess all content creators. So let's just put on the table. So I guess all content creators are grifters. I guess I'm a grifter because I say, hey man, make sure you support the channel with a super chat. I guess I'm a grifter too. It is what it is. I guess so. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it all. Hold on, man. Let me refresh real quick. Give me a second. All right, there we go. We back. Don't worry. But shout out to O'Shea. But shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, his content. Continue to keep creating your content, bro. Continue to keep doing what you're doing. Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. All right, what we got next, man? Let's go to this next topic. Ooh, no, we're gonna say that one. We're gonna say that one for next. For after. I want to go to this other topic real quick. Cause my dog Macaroni Tony sent this to me. He said he think this would be a great topic. So the title of it is I haven't heard this said anywhere else, but it needed to be said. So I don't know what it is. So I'm listening to this randomly, blindly. I haven't heard it. So we're gonna dive into it and then I'll give my thoughts and my opinions on it. All right. So let's go ahead and rock out.
Change. It's a real palpable tangibility to energy. So once upon a time, I went out on this date. I went on a date with this white guy.
Okay.
And people were asking, like, like, and I'm always like, I'm very analytical. So, like, of course, I've been on a date with black guys, but I've been on a date with a few white guys. But I went on this date with this white guy, and people were like, well, what is the difference? I remember I went back to work the next day. They were like, well, people looking at y'all funny. I'm like, well, no, not really. But I'll tell you what the difference was for me. We were out at this restaurant, a lot of people around, going on dates with black men, like you said, they're constantly assessing the entirety of the environment. How am I being perceived? Where is my back to the door? Can I see this? So it's almost like you're on a date with them and they're hosting you and the room. And that's a lot of energy. Going on a date with a white guy, he ain't worried about that. So all of his attention was directly at me, and I could feel it, and it was overwhelming. And so I'm scanning the room like, you ain't, to the point like, you ain't checking you ain't doing a threat assessment right now. And he was just like, no, I'm here for you. Like, and it was such an interesting, it was an overwhelming energy. And so of course I went home and like was really thinking about it and analyzing. I was like, black men have to carry a different awareness. He can't afford to drop his guard and be full on gaze on this woman in front of him, because he might like be caught slipping and something crazy might pop off because he didn't notice who walked in, and he didn't notice being aware of like, let me make sure I put my money down this way. Let me make sure I do this. And
I can see her point a little bit. I can see her point a little bit. And understanding and being aware of your surroundings, always just being aware, situationally aware, especially when you're in a public place. I get that. I understand that. I don't see an issue with that. But if you're doing it excessively and you're constantly looking around as if you're paranoid, as if you're looking for something, now I'm gonna have a question like, bro, why you keep looking around like that, dog? What you got going on? What you hiding? You got a warrant? You know somebody, like you afraid somebody gonna come here? Did you tell somebody you was coming here? Is somebody following you? What you doing all this swiveling on your head on the swivel for, bro? Because I'm gonna have questions. Now, to say that you overwhelmed with the guy because he got all his attention on you, man. Listen. I don't know, bro.
Like how much energy, but I felt it for a minute. Like I felt that energy that usually goes into the environment assessment was like, he didn't have to worry about that as a white man. So all of that energy was like, I'm here for you. And it was so overwhelming.
That's insane.
Isn't that an interesting thing though?
Matter of fact,
Stories.
No, share your stories. Have you guys?
I'm gonna let you cause I gotta piggyback off that.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you give your input on that.
Man, that was
How you feel about the energy, the energy point you were saying, like the energy it takes to be like.
it's one of the few conversations I heard that a woman has acknowledged of how much we as men consider that we process, even when there's no title or name identified with that action. But like I go out with my wife, first thing I'm doing, checking the sidewalk, I'm checking who rolling down the street, checking the kids playing out the corner. I'm telling her get close to me. I'm opening the door. She's just in her vibe, in her moment, but you don't really consider, I got to put my family in this position. I need to be alert and aware with the Caucasian brother, because of his lifestyle and his status, he never have that anxiety. He would never know that.
I don't. This is where I draw the line. This is where I draw the line. Why y'all keep making these blanket statements, man? Every black man is not situationally aware, dog. Every black man is not situationally aware. Every white man is not situationally aware. And then there are some who always have their head on the swivel. Why do we always try to put blanket statements on everything, dog? There's always a blanket statement some way, somehow. Well, this one white guy, he was paying attention to me and his head wasn't on the swivel at all. Well, that makes you that one dude. You haven't experienced every white man. You haven't experienced every black man. There are some black men who aren't situationally aware at all. They don't even know, they don't know anything that's going on around them. Aren't aware at all. So we can't put the blanket statement on it. There are people of all races, they are situationally aware. There are some who are not. Simple as that. Why can't we just keep it? Just keep it like, listen, man, me personally, bro, I'm a situationally aware dude, you know, because I like to make sure that everything is straight around me. But the white men over there, come on, dog. Now because you act as if you know all white people, and you act as if you know all black people. You act as if you know all Hispanic people. You act as if you know all Asian people. You act as if you know all Arabian people. You act as if you know all Indian people. You act as if you know all of these people. And so that way you can make a blanket statement. It don't work like that.
That anxiety.
And it frees him up to give energy and attention. So how, so think about all black men have accomplished carrying all that, black people, but black men specifically. What if you had that energy free? What else could you be doing?
Let's think about it. Well, like how many conversations have you had at the table, or is it like, are you paying attention to me? What are you looking at? Like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm listening to you, but these cats outside looking real janky next to our car.
What's so interesting is like as a black woman, you kind of know that. So if I'm on a date and a black guy, if I feel like I don't have his attention, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, so I might be like, let me see what you see, or like he got it, he's aware. You know what I'm saying? So we know for the most part that
I know in certain areas, yeah, my head will be on the swivel. I'm gonna be 100 with you. There are certain areas that my head would be on the swivel. There are certain areas in Arizona where I'm gonna be like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna make sure my head always on the swivel, bro, because I don't know who finna pull up over here. But then there are other areas when I go to Scottsdale, other areas in Scottsdale where I know for sure, because there are certain areas that I'm around in Scottsdale that I don't necessarily have to have my head on a swivel like that, because nobody's on that type of time. We chilling, we kicking it. Everybody's having a good time, having a good drink, they're having conversations. Some people talking business, some people are just catching back up with friends, or they just out trying to have a good night. They probably trying to get some box, and vice versa. Shorty's trying to get some D. Whatever the case, everybody dressed up, they're having a good time, listening to some good music, having some good drinks, we chilling. Ain't nobody on that type of time. So where y'all going? So where y'all at to the point that your head got to be consistently on the swivel the entire time, where you can't even enjoy the quality time with the person that you decided to take out?
that you have to. So I guess my thing is like, I don't feel like, oh my God, why is he not paying attention to me? Right. If your attention seems to be pulled somewhere else, I know what you're doing as black men, but to not have the anxiety as a white man and have all this free energy to put wherever you want, and then all of that was put at me. So the question is, if that energy space was free for you guys, how much more dominant?
That would be life changing.
Yeah. I went to a good friend of mine. I went to a little event he had. There was this area. A certain area over there in Scottsdale. Not one time was my head. Now there's a difference between being an observer of people and keeping your head on the swivel. You walk in, you see who's there, you know what I'm saying? You scan the place, You observe people, see how they move, and then you go about your day. I'm chilling throughout the entire time. I'm not sitting around here head on the swivel watching people or trying to look, see what's going on. We chilling. We in a space and in an area where we ain't worried about that. We're in a safe space. Everybody's cool. Everybody's chilling and having a good time. Why?
And I'm not even open this.
Which is why it's so important sometimes to really be in all black spaces.
It is.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Really.
I'm not even gonna do it because they're gonna call me a coon. Listen, man. You know what?
You still doing it, yeah.
I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let it play.
No, you good.
Yeah.
No, it depends on rooms, but I would say that's why it's important for like a man's home to be peace.
Yeah.
That's because home we let down. You know what I'm saying? That now not 100% because there's always like you still got the shotgun loaded. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I got a dog. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, home is where we
should be able to
you know what I'm
just
saying? Because it is a lot, especially when you come to certain environments, and it's like you looking at people. First of all, you always scan the room. You watching facial. You watching energy. Like you watching how people because it's a certain
body
language,
yeah.
body language, and all that. And once you check that you good, and if you checking you not good, you not comfortable because like this dude sketchy. But no, I couldn't imagine. And then like we're gonna slap. I couldn't like that is crazy because that's all I know. Like that I grew up in it. I learned it. I had traumatizing experiences, which I'm pretty sure we all to a certain extent.
Man, y'all gotta grow up, bro. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. At some point, y'all gotta be able to grow up. Stop going to these spaces that's gonna make you uncomfortable. Let's just call it for what it is. Stop going to these spaces that make you uncomfortable. If you feel as if you're gonna go somewhere where you're gonna be uncomfortable, stop going. I'm the type of person I can go dang near in any community. I can go in any spot and I'm chilling. I'm vibing because for one, I'm not on that type of time, nor am I presenting myself that way. When I go in these spaces, I'm like, hey man, what's going on? How you feeling? How you doing? Of course, yeah. Typically, naturally, I'm gonna scan the room when I first walk in. Where everything is at, where everybody's at, where the X is at. All right, cool. We straight. Everything Gucci now. I done did my checkpoints. So now we straight. Now we can have a good time. But you constantly on edge. You can't even have a good time. What's going on, bro? Like, who that man over there? I'm not trying to be on that type of time, bro. I just want to go have a good time, enjoy myself. If I'm going out to enjoy myself. I'm not going out to keep my head on the swivel on a consistent basis. That's crazy to me. It's wild to me, man. But let me know what y'all think, man. Are y'all that type of person? Are y'all that paranoid to the point where anywhere you go, your head is constantly on the swivel? Or are you the type of person that she described, the type of guy that she described, the person who don't care about nothing that's going on? Or do you sit right in the middle? You scan, you look, all right, bet everything seems cool. Everything seems cool. Cope said it. So now I can just chill and have a good time. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, all right? Actually, crazy.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh, what we got? All right, before we get into this, LeBron, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this topic really quick. I want to go into this topic really quick. By Arizona and data centers, man. The data center boom, man. There has been a lot of data centers being built out here in Arizona. Let me tell you, a boom has been going on out here, like crazy. Now, what does that mean for Arizona? What does that mean for the resources that we have out here? Well, guess we're gonna find out. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Centers are planned for Arizona, making our state one of the top 5 in the nation when it comes to the controversial developments. I'm Faye Fredericks. I took your questions straight to the president of one of the largest tech firms in the world. On the eve of our nation's 250th birthday, few have lived the American dream quite like India native Jitu Patel. The president of tech giant Cisco tells me he started out waiting tables to support his mom.
You know, there was a fine dining establishment called Sizzler, Faye.
Sizzler.
And I used to average tip of $1 per table. I used to stutter back then. And waiting on tables is what actually made me overcome stuttering.
Cisco is a $450 billion infrastructure and security powerhouse. It connects and protects data centers, corporate networks, and really the internet itself. Patel is betting heavily on AI.
There's a market shift that's happening, which is around this movement for AI, where we happen to be right at the center of that shift because we're the picks and shovels company during the gold rush, where we're providing infrastructure for powering AI.
But that AI future depends heavily on data centers. And many of you tell us you're worried about the water and energy needed to operate them, especially in our desert environment.
In Tucson, we don't have the resources for water-hungry or power-hungry data centers.
So we took your concerns to Patel, who acknowledges the challenges are not trivial.
But what I would say is, firstly, there's a lot of local jobs in communities that actually are starting to get created. And these are not just tech people, you know, your electrician jobs and plumbing jobs and construction jobs are in huge shortage.
That's one of the things too. A lot of people, people get in the uproar when they hear AI is coming. Oh, AI is going to do this. Oh, AI is going to be this. Man, AI is probably one of the best things that's going to happen to us at this point. Now, what I will say is that you got to understand how to leverage it too, though. You got to be a person that understands how to operate and know what to do with AI, because it's only going to continue to evolve. And if you don't start learning how to use it, I'm telling you, you're going to fall behind. You're going to fall behind. There's still things that I'm still figuring out to this day. Still things that I'm figuring out to this day, but I'm consistently learning. And then on top of that, like they said, there's still jobs that are being created. When you talk about electricians, right? They still gotta apply maintenance to the data centers. They still gonna have jobs. There's still gonna be jobs that's created. I think I did a video a while back, and they were actually they were doing paid training to be electrician. I think it's electrician, something like that. I think, yeah, electrician to work in data centers. They're paying people. And there are going to be even more jobs to maintain these jobs in order to manage AI and manage these systems. Look what Ford did. Ford just did the same thing. All the people that they hired because they thought AI was going to take over, now they're hiring all these people back to come back and fix the AI, to fix it and maintain it and manage it. So even though some jobs seem like as if they're lost, more jobs are still being created at the end of the day. You just got to think outside of the box of where you used to working. You got to evolve. You got to evolve. You got to evolve with the times. If you don't, you gonna fall behind 1,010%.
Right now, and in very high demand because of the data center buildouts.
Eventually, he believes data centers will...
Look at that. Somebody got to maintain that. Somebody has to know how to operate that. And AI itself can't operate that. There has to be a person that knows what they're doing, that may not be technical in the sense, but they understand electrical, and they have to understand how to go in there and what to do to maintain and keep the business afloat. Somebody still got to clean the building. Somebody still got to keep the lights on.
Operate in space. How far out are we talking for that vision?
So it's an interesting question. Some will say 3 to 5 years. Others might say 5 to 7 years. More on the pessimistic side might say 7 to 10 years.
In the meantime, he's advocating for upskilling the workforce, especially younger workers.
AI is not going to take your job. Someone that uses AI better than you is going to take your job.
Exactly. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that? You need to evolve. You need to understand AI. You need to start diving into AI, working with it, playing with it. Pause. Playing with it. I'm gonna say it again. Pause. Understand how AI works and how you can leverage AI, how you can get better. The better you become with AI, understanding how to solve a problem with AI, understanding how to prompt. I'm telling you, dog, you're gonna be light years ahead of a lot of people. Understanding how to solve problems. I give you an example. Whatever job you at, take something small. I'm gonna give you a little tip right quick. Whatever job that you're at right now, no matter what it is, it can be something so small. Figure out a way to use AI, to prompt AI to help you solve the situation, to make it more effective for you and make your job more effective. The more precise you come, the more precise you are with AI and telling it what to do, the better the result is going to spit out. Find something that you wish. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all be complaining that y'all 9-to-5 jobs. A lot of y'all got issues going on. You wish something was better this way. You wish the system would work like this, or you wish this was this way. You wish there was a system that you can do X, Y, and Z. And guess what? You can also create that. You can also figure out a way to create that. And guess what you can also do? You may get to a point where you can create something so good for the company that they may end up implementing. And guess what? You have created an entirely new department where you only operate in, because you became so efficient, you became so good at understanding how to prompt and solve a problem for the company. What up, my dog? My dog, real life. What's popping, my boy? That's what I'm telling you. That's a tip for you right there. So if you never use AI, and I personally would recommend Gemini or Claude. Forget ChatGPT, Gemini or Claude. Those are my ones. Those are my main ones. Use those and learn how to use it effectively, and learn how to become more precise on telling it what to do so it can spit out a better result. I promise you, life is going to be a little bit easier for you. I'm constantly using AI every single day on how to better my platform, how to continue to build my brand up, how to continue to leverage AI in order to catapult myself forward every single day. I use it for the job that I work at. I use it for resumes. I use it for the skills that I've learned to build this platform to the point that it's at right now. The skills that I'm learning, the skills that I'm going to continue to keep learning, marketing skills, every bit and piece of my life, I'm dang near using AI to help me. It's not taking over my life, but what I am doing is helping me. It's like my personal assistant. And the more information that I give it, the easier it's going to be to tailor everything to me and what I got going on and what I'm trying to do and how I'm trying to build this brand and build this platform. They ain't gonna listen though. But y'all ain't gonna listen though. They not gonna listen.
What you have to do is make sure that you, as a community, are investing in the upskilling of the workforce, because the delta between someone that knows AI and someone that doesn't know AI is not a 10% productivity gap anymore. It is like a 50x productivity gap.
But as we count down to America 250, this immigrant turned tech titan is confident in the enduring spirit of American innovation.
Some people might agree with me, some people might not, but I have never found betting against America to be a good idea.
Faye Fredericks, ABC
fact.
15.
And look, listen, and here's something else I'm finna work on too. I'm finna figure out and create me a personal agent for my platform, a personal agent for my YouTube platform. I'm finna mess around with it, and I'm finna figure out how to create a system. I'm not gonna tell y'all what that system is, but I'll tell you once I'm done with it, once I've tested it, once it works, and it's like, hey, I could push this out. And guess what I can also do? I can literally tell you, I can record everything. I can put it either in my Patreon, or I could just sell it as a one little ebook situation. It's like, hey, listen, I've created this entire system, this entire agent. that helps me do X, Y, and Z for my platform, and it's helped me grow exponentially. I can show you the same exact thing, and I'll have the proof. I'll make sure I have the proof for it too. I'll have the receipts 1000%. So just stay tuned for that. Just stay tuned for that. For real. But hey, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Type shit. Man, let me read this super chat real quick.
Yeah, you right, man. Making money is me, man. 10 years, man, you're gonna have matching Benzes. 10 years? Thinking more like 10 days, man. 10 days.
Shout out to my dog, Real Life PJ, for the $1.99. He said, give him that game 100 for sure, bro. Listen, I'm only teaching the things that I'm learning, and I'm putting into play myself. I won't teach nobody anything. I won't tell anybody anything that I'm not doing myself. I will not be that person. I will not be that person. I'm not gonna be the person that's gonna fake it till I make it. I'm not. And I'm gonna keep it a buck as much as I possibly can. He said, put that be in the ocean. He said, put it in the ocean. But appreciate you for that super chat, though, homie. It's all good. The Bible already told us the word is going in and it ballifies. I see why. No, why you say that? Because of the data center? Oh, okay, you catching up. All right, I got you. I got you, G. I got it. Ooh. So now it's time to go ahead and get into the nitty gritty. Or do we want to go here first? All right. So here's how we're gonna play this. We're gonna go to LeBron first, and then we're gonna go with Gilbert Arenas. So I'm gonna start here first. First and foremost, before we get there, let me say this: LeBron James is no longer with the LA Lakers. He's no longer with the LA Lakers. Now, with that being said, people had some thoughts. Ari Spears had some thoughts. Stephen A. Smith had some thoughts. And so we're going to get into it, and then we'll give our thoughts and opinions. But I want to know, though, before I play it, where do y'all think LeBron James is going to land next? Is it Cleveland? Is it Miami? Is it Golden State? I even heard or seen that he was talking to the management team over there at the 76ers. Where he gonna go? Guess we'll have to find out soon enough, huh? But I know one thing's for sure. Don't worry about it. We'll get there.
I just got to say it, y'all. Where the hell the Los Angeles Lakers think they going with a bunch of white dudes? Somebody had to say it, so I'm saying it. Your 3 top players are white dudes? Really? This ain't golf. This ain't baseball. Hell, it ain't even soccer. And we got a whole bunch of brothers on Team USA. What y'all think this is? It's basketball. This is basketball. In NBA history, when have you seen your 3 most prominent players on a basketball team all be white? And that takes you to the promised land. Somebody got to say it, so I'm saying it. Sorry to the leadership of SiriusXM, Eric Spitz, Steve Torrey, Mad Dog Russo. Sorry if it makes y'all uncomfortable. Love y'all. Y'all know that. But damn it, we did. I'm a brother. Yo, this is basketball. I'm not complaining. I'm simply making the point. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers, Tinseltown. Tinseltown. A place where everybody from Wilt and Kareem and Shaq and Magic and Kobe. Yes, Jerry West before that.
I told my boy, I said they trying to take it back to them Jerry West days, huh?
Them. Yes, George Mikan before the aforementioned centers. But this is the Lakers. This is Southern California. This is La La. This is LA, baby.
It doesn't rain in Southern California. It doesn't rain in Southern California.
This ain't Utah.
It's raining now.
And even in Utah, when you had Stockton, you had Malone. Even when you had Hornacek and Stockton, you still had Malone. Even when you had the 7'4" Eaton, you still had Malone. And Byron Russell. I mean, what's up? Somebody got said, so I'm saying it. You ain't going anywhere. Being led by 3 white dudes in today's generation of basketball. I'm letting you know right now, it ain't happening. And Luka's a bad brother. And Austin Reeves is no scrub. And they both have earned what they have earned. And then with LeBron James or some other brothers I get. But those two and Walker Kessler? You ain't scaring anybody with that.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Bruh, that dude, why?
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Happy Wednesday. Happy day 2 of free agency. We have Coach Avery Johnson, Brad Botkin, Tommy Tran, Claudia Bellafato with you. Lots of moves, but I just keep waiting, guys. I'm looking on Twitter, looking on my phone. Nothing on LeBron yet.
Not yet, and you might have to wait a little bit longer, Claudia and others that are waiting for LeBron news, because it was just a little over a day ago. He said, I'm not coming back to LA to play for the Lakers. Then a few hours later, when we had the 6 p.m. Eastern deadline, he tells his agent, friend, business partner, Rich Paul, that I'm open to everybody. Then that makes that to your
shoot,
point,
I'm muted.
Claudia,
Yeah, he was like, you ever been swallowed up?
Teams
you ever been
could be a good
swallowed?
fit for LeBron James. Our cap expert, Sam Quinn, putting together a couple of lists for us here on the show. So these are teams.
Out of these teams, I think the best choice, I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. The best choice would probably be the Pistons or the Clippers for him to go to. The Pits or the Clips. His swallow's diabolical. The Pits or the Clips.
Teams in the association with cap space, Nets, Pistons.
You said to the Nets?
Clippers. Then there's the full mid-level.
I don't know, bro. What they
NBA
got?
Teams,
Who got over there at the
more
Nets,
in
man?
terms of this particular tier. But again, the talk is
mid-level. So you got mid-level in the East. To be honest with you, I think he going back East for sure. The only hindrance, the only one that could potentially pull him is the Warriors. I ain't gonna hold you. The Warriors. That's the only one I can think of. Other than that, if he don't get the Warriors, he going back East, big dog. He going back East, 1,000%. If he does not get the Warriors.
what is LeBron willing to do and how much of a pay cut is he willing to take? Player option that he had last year, north of $52 million. Vet minimum would be $4 million with mid-level exemption right around 15. All right, let's talk about fits here, and let's talk about the Golden State Warriors, which is the romantic, nostalgic choice given the Olympics. Brad, and you're a resident Warriors here. Take me through the fit, though, because there would have to be some maneuvering from the front office for Golden State to get LeBron into the building.
If he wants the full non-taxpayer mid-level exception, they would, because that triggers a first apron hard cap. We're going to get into the nerd math here, but basically they got to get under that first apron if they want to do that and pay the non-taxpayer. And to do that, they'd probably have to get off
it definitely would be.
Moody's contract. I don't think that would be particularly hard to do. He had the catastrophic knee injury at the end of last year. He very well might not even play this year, but he would fit right in. He makes about 12 and a half next year. He would fit right into somebody else's MLE. They might have to attach a draft pick to compensate a team for taking on a guy that's not even going to play next year. But they can do it. So we should just consider the Warriors an MLE team, a non-taxpayer. They can offer him the 15. But LeBron has said all along, and I'm going to take him at his word, that money shouldn't be. I mean, what's a couple $1 million for a billionaire? So it's going to come down to, we've heard reporting, I found the phrasing funny, that it's going to be a happiness-led decision, which all of our decisions should be, I suppose. I think happiness probably equates somewhat to geography. You know, I don't think he wants to go to Minnesota. I think playing in Golden State keeps him close to his family, and certainly the ties to Stephen Curry. But the longer this goes, I keep waiting for a mystery team to pop up. I certainly thought I was connecting the same dots as everyone else when Draymond Green opted out of his contract. They're rep by the same agent. You know, that was starting to feel almost like a done deal. But now it feels like LeBron could sit back a little bit and wait and see how these teams fill out their rosters. And I know Coach likes Cleveland, but take a look at the teams that have the best chance to go out and.
At first, I thought he would go back to Cleveland, bro. But I can't see it. I don't see it. I think he did enough for Cleveland already. I don't think that's that whole finish where you started. I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he'll go. I think he's, like I said, if he stays in the West, he's gonna be Golden State. If he leaves, it's almost a toss-up, because you can go to the 76ers where Jaylen Brown just got traded to. He got traded over there to the 76ers with Embiid. I can't see it. I just can't visualize it. Then he can go to the Pistons with Cunningham. Maybe that could work. Maybe. Anywhere else in the East, of course, New York, that ain't gonna happen. Orlando, not gonna happen. Hornets, not gonna happen. Cleveland, I don't know, bro. Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would he go back to Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't make sense. Memphis, we already know he ain't going to Memphis. After they try to drag him down, they try to drag him through the mud for him saying anything about Memphis. So we know Memphis is way off the board. Memphis way off the board. So that's another one. That's another one you can cross off the list. The Bulls, I don't see it. I don't see him wearing a Bulls jersey. I don't see it. So the only people I really got, Pistons, 76ers. With the possible Brooklyn. But definitely Sixers or the Pistons on the east side. West side for sure, Golden State. You might get the Clippers. You might get him at the Clippers. Depending on what type of deal you can get, you can pull.
And get him a 5th championship, and if he'll sign for the minimum, he can go anywhere. And there's a lot of teams on that list we just showed that have MLEs. So I'm feeling a little less confident in the Warriors getting him than I did yesterday.
Coach?
LeBron's casted a wide net per his agent, Rich Paul. They received 12 inquiries for LeBron's
Avery
services
Johnson
in the last 24 hours. And what they've said, that they're going to take everyone that wants LeBron at their word, but it's about the fit with the team, with the roster.
Yeah.
LeBron's not going to go and interview with any of these teams so that he can walk around the arena and talk to the ushers, okay, or the chef with the team. That has nothing to do. That's why I've been talking about Cleveland all along, and Brad makes a great point. If he ends up going to Golden State, I totally understand it, because it's Draymond Green, it's Steph Curry, it's Steve Kerr as the coach, it's potentially Jimmy Butler back in February or March of next year.
You know how crazy that'll be? You get Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Jimmy Butler. Oh man. Now mind you, they are in their older stage. They're on the end of their career, on the back end of their career. But of course, the LeBron stands, the LeBron haters are gonna say, well, you stacking the team again. Like, bro, come on, dog. If we're still, put it like this, if we're still gonna use that logic, if we're still gonna use that mindset to try to discredit LeBron, that lets me know how great of a player he actually is. That lets me know y'all try to find any possible way to demonize him or discredit him. That wouldn't be, but that's the thing, in real life, it wouldn't be a super team at this point no more. It wouldn't be a super team. It wouldn't be the same type of move like how Kevin Durant made that. You see what I'm saying? It's been some years since Golden State won something. It's been a couple of years, a few years since they won something. So I can't use that same logic, just how they try to use it with Dwayne Wade. It was 6 years. It was 6 years before LeBron went to the Miami Heat. 6 years since they won one. So it's not like he left. It's not like he left and went there. They weren't winning anything for the past 6 years. Same thing with Golden State. Super teams make the league boring. LeBron is the generation to go, but the lineup is crazy. The lineup is crazy, but let's be honest though. There's some hoopers out. There's some hoopers on these other teams too, though. Now, everything is starting to pan out. Shoot, LaMelo Ball just went over there with Anthony Edwards. That's finna be crazy. Over there in Minnesota, that's about to be wild over there. Talk about highlight central. Says not super team. It's not super team. Draymond Dookie. One thing CE gonna do is make sure that Bron Cape lit and wrinkle free. Facts. Because what you're not about to do is discredit LeBron James. Listen, I gotta get that. I gotta get it. I gotta get the sound effect. LeBron James. I gotta get it. At this point, it said, "Wait, hold on." It said, "Wait, hold on." Zingas Tingas Jimmy Butler. Yeah, and Curry. Yep.
At Porzingis, who's won the championship, that means something. But again, when you look at LeBron, how can you convince him that you have the best opportunity for him to win another championship?
An opportunity really means roster. Is that what you're getting at, Coach? Really,
it's
right?
Roster construction for LeBron James. It's not all of the bells and whistles. It's not the family
He's
room.
got all that.
No, he's got it. It's not even about the money. I agree with Brad. He's got enough money, even though we're not.
I ain't even finna entertain your BS unbiased raw. I ain't finna do it. Not today.
Okay, you're LeBron coach. LeBron, you want to come play with Giannis over here in Miami? Nice weather.
No, that ain't not that. Now, if he went to the Miami Heat with Giannis, then I got questions. Like, hey man, what you doing, big dog? I don't see him going to Miami. After that cookie incident with Pat Riley, yeah, he definitely ain't going back to Miami. He definitely not going back to Miami after that. So we can leave that. We can leave that where it's at. Low pause management's finest. No, that's Kawhi Leonard. Try again, big dog. That's Kawhi Leonard.
And Pat
notorious
Riley said,
for
the Cavs,
notorious for low
story to
management.
go back to Cleveland. Go back to Miami. Pat Riley said, we have a key under the doormat whenever you want to come back. Now, the conversation around this is affording him. You've both.
Who banned you, bro? Who banned you from saying that you don't like LeBron? Who did that? I know it ain't happened over here. I wouldn't ban you for saying that Bron ain't your main guy. That's cool with me. Because it don't affect my decision at all. I already said I stamped that. Listen, bro, I stamped LeBron as my main dog his first time at Cleveland. I already stamped. I said, oh yeah, he big dog. I like he big dog over there. And that was still during my hooping career. So I already deemed him. I said, oh yeah, that's big dog over there. Yeah, boy, that's something different right there. But I always mimic my game after Chris Paul. I always mimic my game after Chris Paul. When you talk about a point guard, that was my dude. Him and Steve Nash, those were my point guards when I was coming up. Those are the guys that I mimicked when I hoop.
Made the point money's not really a thing for him, and you would think for any team too. If you're going to get LeBron in his last year, you just take him on. What do you think about Miami?
That's not a good fit.
No.
Brad and I, we've talked about it. We'll zone this team. Who's going to shoot
that's wild.
outside of LeBron? You know, LeBron doesn't necessarily need to be the best three-point shooter in a starting lineup.
Nah, big dog. Nah, he was the big dog over there. You know what I'm saying? Allen Iverson for me. Yeah, true. Everybody was on Allen Iverson for real. Allen Iverson was one, but for some reason, I love AI though. I love his heart. I love what he used to do, but he just wasn't my main guy though, bro. Oh yeah, hell yeah, CP3. Oh yeah, that's my number one PG, dog. That's my number one PG. You can't tell me nothing about CP3. You can't tell me nothing. Steve Nash right behind him. Can't tell me nothing. Courtney, who your favorite point guard? Chris Paul, 1,000%. 1,000%. Can't change my mind. Because that boy can pass, he can guard, and he can get a bucket. That's exactly how I mimic my game. I can do all three. You need me to get a bucket? Say less, homie. I got you. Say less. Need me to take over? Say less. I got you. Don't worry.
That doesn't bode well.
Ooh, Allen Iverson and
He's got to have
Hakeem.
other guys around him that can knock down the three.
Not a
And
bad-
when you
not-
got
not bad.
Giannis, who's a driver. You know, the point guard.
Davion Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell. He's more of a mid-range guy. He's a defender.
Bam.
And Bam Adebayo. This not a good fit.
I hate them losing Norman Powell.
Yeah.
You know, this is a team that's short on shooting already. But, you know, they're the Miami Heat. Maybe it's the no state taxes. Now Giannis is a draw, but they're going to come up at the forefront of all of these every single free agent that becomes available or any guy on the trade block. It's always the Miami Heat. There's something about the culture, Eric Spoelstra. They're going to be considered. And I think anybody in the Eastern Conference should be considered because of an easier path. Let's be honest about it.
It didn't end well in Miami.
Right.
I just said that.
You would also think, though, it's going to be that much easier to get the shooters that you need, saying, hey, we have Giannis and LeBron now. Everybody.
If you can get
Yeah, no, you're not getting that. That ain't even. Listen, that ain't even something I hope for. Nah, I don't see it. I don't want it to happen. It don't need to happen. Leave that where it be. Leave that where it's at. No, don't touch it. Don't mess with it. Leave it where it's at. We don't need to see that. I would much rather see Stephen Curry and LeBron James versus Giannis and LeBron James. That's crazy work. Hell no, because Curry on the back end of his career. Bron, of course, he on his way out. So I would rather see the old man. I would rather see the old men line up versus Giannis because Giannis still pretty young. So yeah, nah, I'm good. Nope. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm good. I'm good on that. But let's jump over here to Ari Spears. Cause he over here talking reckless. So let's get in. So let's go over here and see what he got to say, bro.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Ari Spears here. So if what they say about LeBron James is true, and he's in fact leaving the Lakers, and he decides to go elsewhere, and they're hinting at the Warriors to form what will be yet another super team alongside Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and they hinted at Anthony Davis. If he gets what will most likely be his last ring, which will be 5, if he even gets that, and if he doesn't, that's 4. His legacy is cemented in 4. But even if he got 5, He's still one shy of tying Jordan. You LeBron fans honestly sit here with a straight face to tell me he's better than MJ?
Yes. Yes, straight face. I'm going to call it how I see it. I saw both of them play. Yes, 1,000%. But here's what y'all don't see. They marketed Michael Jordan very well. They marketed Jordan so well to this day. They still talking about him. As if there were no other great players back then. They poured every ounce, every dollar into Michael Jordan. They made sure that man was God. People walk around calling him Black Jesus. Seriously. That's marketing, bro. That's marketing at its finest. That's what you call top tier A1 level marketing. Now, that does not take away from Michael Jordan at all. But it dang sure gives him a boost. Because when you put everything, when you lay everything out on the table, what was happening? The NBA was going in the hole. They weren't getting the fans that they were getting. They weren't getting the views. They weren't getting the TV. They weren't getting any of that at that time. Because who was it? It was always Magic Bird, Magic Bird, Magic Bird. And on top of that, the only thing that they could think of, as far as shoe deals, Converse. Right? So now you got this new fresh hooper coming fresh out of North Carolina. Got this mentality about himself, got this swagger, got this bravado about himself. Somebody saw it with the eye. Somebody had that eye. They just said, you know what? He got a story. That's what it was. It's the story behind Michael Jordan. I want to be like Mike. Why? Because he was humanized. Why was he humanized? He got cut from his JV team. Oh, the greatest of one of the arguably greatest of all time got cut from his JV team? That's insanity. How? You talk about Mr. 6-0? He got cut from his JV team? It's marketing. Bravado, swagger, everything about him. Every time you turn around, what did you see? You saw Michael Jordan on the poster. You saw this cat with the one leg sleeve and the band on his hand, on his wrist. Similar to how Anthony Edwards pretty much dresses himself during the game. The one leg sleeve and the armband. Pretty much the same thing. Right? High flying. Acrobatic. Not jumping the same as the other ones. Just different. At the time where basketball was, you could basically call them plumbers. In the Magic Johnson days and the Larry Bird days, basically call them plumbers, even though they aren't plumbers, right? But that's what people call them. So we're just using that just for the sake of this conversation. He was something different. His game was different than everybody else. That's why they said he was light years ahead of everybody, doing things differently. Now, that doesn't take away from the hard work that he put in to be as great as he is. That doesn't take away from that either, because he still had to put in the work to be great. But he was still doing what he's doing. But on top of his greatness, he had great marketing to go with it. And that's why you got guys like Ari Spears with this goof ass New York hat on. Sideways, still look. I don't know why he still wear his hat that way. That's crazy. But that's beside the point. He got them basic edition glasses on that you get at basic training. Them type of glasses he got on. But this is the mindset that they have. This is the mindset. Can't tell them nothing. Swag for swag, AI was facts. Swag for swag, AI was swag guy. Yep. So I can see your marketing pitch. Facts. Because when AI came, he had that swagger. Guess what? Everybody wanted braids. Everybody wanted to wear the big shorts. Everybody wanted the tattoos when they was hooping. That's what AI brought. And now he was this smaller cat, 6 foot something, 170 something pounds, hooping on the big jokers. People can see themselves in a Allen Iverson. But see, what people aren't talking about, they can't see themselves in LeBron James because LeBron James is a freak of nature. That's something different. Your average everyday person ain't 6'8". Lean, fast, can jump, can shoot, can dribble. Not your everyday person can do that. That's why it's hard for people to see that. That's why it's hard for people to see, oh, I want to be like LeBron James. You can't. You ain't 6'8". You ain't 265 fucking pounds. So you can't see that. But you can see yourself in Michael Jordan. You can see yourself in Allen Iverson. You can see yourself in Kobe Bryant. People can see themselves in the Tom Brady. Tom Brady came in the game basic body. Had a dad body coming into the league. He worked his tail off to become great. So that's what I'm saying. So it's not taken away from Michael Jordan at all, but he had great marketing behind him. And that's why you got a lot of these people brainwashed today. They can't even look past the fact that, hey, what do you mean somebody's better than Michael Jordan? You must be out of your mind. They'll throw accolades at you. They say Michael Jordan's the greatest scorer, but then when you say, well, LeBron James holds the all-scoring record. Oh, but that's because of longevity. Well, we know some players that played for a long time, but they still nowhere near that number. So that means you got to, not only the longevity plays a part, but you also got to understand, you got to maintain that. You got to do that on a consistent basis year after year in order to get to that point. So you're going to discredit that and say he ain't the greatest scorer. Yeah, right. Because he on his way out, right? So make it make sense. Who's next up? Who's next up to get that? Supposed to be Kevin Durant. Is he gonna get it before he retires? Is he gonna get it before he retires? He still got a way to go. But all we talk about is rings, which guess what? It requires a team to win it. That's not a one-man accomplishment. That's a team accomplishment. But yet we continue to keep using that same goddamn argument. It's crazy to me. You can use Defensive Player of the Year, you can use MVP, but guess what? That's a fan base. That's fans choose that. You feel some type of way about one person? Nah, man, I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it. So I'm gonna pick this person just because I don't like this other guy. So I'm gonna pick this person instead. Come on, man. We can argue who should have won Defensive Player of the Year versus who should have. We can argue who won MVP versus who should have. All that is arguable. All that's subjective. Let's be 100. Let's be 100 about that. It's all subjective at the end of the day.
You play the game to win. And Michael's the ultimate winner. And don't hit me with that bullshit about if it's about rings. Bill Russell got 11. Robert Horry got 7. Michael, we talking.
You see the brainwash. You see the brainwash. So I can't mention Bill Russell's 11 rings, but you can mention 6-0, but he's a winner. 6-0. Because guess what y'all try to say? Well, 6 is better than 4. Okay, 11 is better than 6. So who's the better winner? Bill Russell, correct? What you talking about? Come on, bro. Now here's the thing. I'm going based off of the argument. I'm not going based off of who I think is better. Do I think Michael Jordan better than Bill Russell? 1,000%. Of course I do. I'm not crazy. I'm not naive. But if you're going to use rings, which is, I say it again, it's a team sport, make sure you put Bill Russell in there because guess what? He's the winningest of all of them. But yet and still, somehow, you still put Michael Jordan at number 1. How? Robert Horry got what? How many Robert Horry got? 6, 7, 9? He got more rings. So you can't use that argument because it gets debunked just like that. And you can't say, don't tell me about this bullshit. No, it ain't bullshit. Because he got 11 rings. It's stamped. It's concrete. It's cemented in his legacy. So you can't take that away. You can't take that away from him. Come on.
About GOAT gumbo, totality. Mike checks boxes that Robert Horry damn sure didn't check and Bill Russell didn't check. We're talking about totality. And Michael accomplished more in less time. The goal is to play smarter, not harder. He accomplished more in less time and got more accolades. Do we really need to go through them? 2 3-peats, 72-10 season winning record. Yeah, the Warriors got, what was it, 73 and 79 and 2, whatever their record was. They didn't win the ring, so that don't count. More MVPs, finals MVPs, regular season MVPs, more scoring titles. We could go on and on and on. But the bottom line is,
so you're gonna tell me those, so you ain't gonna tell me that none of that was skewed. Are we gonna have a real conversation? Or we just gonna tap dance on it? Or we just gonna tap dance? We're gonna have a real conversation. So is anybody gonna be honest and real about it? Do y'all believe that at any point Michael Jordan's accolades were skewed at any point? At any point. Do y'all believe that? Genuinely speaking. Because you mean to tell me out of all the years, you mean to tell me not one person came through that? Not one. I lived in New York for 30 years, still doesn't leave the house without an NY hat. Talk about overcompensating. Yeah, man, I don't know what he got going on, bro.
if LeBron retires at 4-6, MJ 6-0, totality.
Okay, totality. Bill Russell.
You guys need to stop.
No.
And own up to it now.
I'm done. I don't even want to talk about this nigga no more. Everybody's be saying the dumbest shit, bro. He really do. Stick to comedy, bro. Stick to imitating. Stick to imitating people, because now you just saying some wild shit and it don't make sense at all. That big ass New York hat that you got on, bro. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification, bro. But no, it's all seriousness though. He can feel how he want to feel about it. It's subjective at the end of the day. My thoughts can be subjective as well. I just like to argue the points when they start talking about rings and all of that crap. It's like, all right, bro, it gets debunked when you say 6 because 11 is better than 6. So let's cut that BS out at the end of the day. Just say, listen, forget the arguments. How about this? How about we just start being real? Forget the accolades. Take out the accolades. Just say, listen, I like Michael Jordan, or Michael Jordan's my favorite because Michael Jordan was this dude, X, Y, and Z. He was the person I was watching growing up. I always stuck with him. I'm a rock with him, and I don't see nobody else standing above him. All right, cool. Do your thing, bro. That's you. That's your subjective outlook. I'm with it. I'm going to say the same thing. Like, listen, bro, I watched Michael Jordan and I watched LeBron James. So I was able to see what Jordan did. I was able to see what LeBron did. And I was able to use my basketball eye test as well to see, like, okay, Michael Jordan was dope in his time, but this dude here is something different, and I'm rocking with LeBron James at the end of the day. Ain't nothing you can tell me. Despite the fact of 4-6 in the finals versus a 6-0, because, again, it's a team effort. It ain't just a one-man thing. And I'm just going to keep at that. You still got some people who put Kobe over Michael and LeBron. So it's all subjective at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel about it. All subjective. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure you support the channel with a super chat.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
One thing I will say, his longevity is absolutely crazy. That's what I'm saying. So that when you add totality into it, so is that not impressive to be doing what he's doing at his age? Because you can make an argument out of that. Because you can literally say, well, LeBron James did it longer and he was still efficient at a later age. So we can all bounce off of each other and say something that makes sense. So I'm not going. But hopefully, man, you know, he lands somewhere where he really wants to land. Just hopefully it ain't Miami. I really don't want him to go back to Cleveland. Hopefully he goes, you know, Clippers. Golden State, I'm on the fence about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on the fence about him going to Golden State. But I wouldn't be mad just because they're on the back end of their career. And it's not in their prime or nothing like that. So we good on that. But I honestly believe he's going back to the East, though. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I think he's going back East. Jordan and Kobe were willingly to die on the court. Perception. Bron willing to leave it on the folklore. I feel you. I disagree, but I feel you. I don't think that's the case. I think marketing got to y'all head. It's the marketing behind it. Everybody said, it's the mentality. It's the mentality. Well, you still got to have a great mentality to be even considered one of the greatest. Regardless of the debate between the three, you have to have a certain mindset. You have to have a certain greatness about you to even be considered in that conversation with LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe. So all of them have to have that same mindset. So I can't say Bron don't have that. You can't be considered one of the top. You can't be considered one of the greats and not have that mentality. That's what don't make sense to me. You can't. Regardless of who you put first, second, or third, or fifth, or first, second, third, or fourth, don't matter. You gotta, in order to be considered in the top five, you gotta have a level of greatness. You gotta have a level of a mentality about yourself to be considered one of the greats. You got to. Regardless of what side of the aisle you on. Because if I can sit here and talk about how great of a mentality Michael Jordan has, how great of a mentality Kobe has, I also have to be willing to say LeBron has the mentality as well. Now, then you could dive into the nuances of all of that, of when it happened and how it happened. Yeah, you can dive into the nuance, but you still have to have a level of greatness about yourself in order to be considered one of the greats. LeBron causing sick on fans, but he also created the longevity combo, so I ain't gonna take that away from him. Exactly. He called in, but we can't say that he ain't never leave it on the floor. Just because Kobe got hurt, Kobe still missed games, but he got hurt though. How do we know that LeBron wasn't hurt either, but he played through it? We don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. We don't know that. Like, we don't know everything, bro. Just because we don't talk about it, I don't mean we know it all. But we could talk about Michael Jordan having to retire. You know, we talk about him skipping a year. We talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a full on break. Forget the pause load management. He took a whole year off. We could talk about that for his own decision making, for his bad decision making, for gambling. He had to take a year off from playing basketball. So I mean, we can use that as an argument too. So all of them got their flaws. All of them. But yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen him retire twice at all. I haven't seen it. But yeah, so let's go to this next one though. Where we at? Well, we making good time too. I like this. All right, so here's how we're gonna play. Here's how we're gonna play this. So we're gonna get into this Gilbert Arenas. Hold on. I know. Okay, we got this one. Okay, I knew I was missing something. Like, hold on, G. Give me a second. Let me find this real quick. Man, I know I saved that jump. Oh, no wonder. Give me a second, y'all. I'm coming. My bad. He said if Jordan did it, I wonder what the combos would be. Who knows what the combos would be, bro? Who knows what that combo would be like? Maybe he don't. Maybe he wouldn't win. Maybe he wouldn't have won. He might have been in 6-1. Who knows? All right, let's see. It's this one. Man, what is that video you sent me? All right, I gotta go back. I gotta find this real quick because I know Ross sent this video. I want to make sure I find it. Gotta talk about it. Oh, this is the one. My bad. Well, where's the other one I watched then? I know I ain't bugging. I know I say that joint. All right, let me see. Gills. Stephen A. Yo, where in the hell?
Jordan did. So,
oh. Give me a second, I'm coming. Cause I was just watching the video earlier. Where in the heck did it go? He for sure would have been 100%. I can't say that because what if he wasn't? And then what would be the conversation then? And then somebody would probably still say, well, he's 6-1, but he 5-1 though. But he 5-1 though. You know what I mean? So I can't even say that. Nor would I wouldn't even want to play that. Bro, where in the heck is the dang? I know I ain't bugging. Oh, this is it right here. Boy, I knew I wasn't tripping. I'm like, hold on, G. All right. I knew I wasn't. What up, Wilson? My dog. I knew I wasn't tripping. I'm like, I know good and well. I saved the video. All right, here we go. Let's get back into it, man. I almost lost my shit, man. And I'm supposed to stop cursing too. Yeah, that ain't it. The other one that I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. All right, everything was right here in the first place. Lord Jesus, man, help me. All right, y'all. So let's get into this Gilbert Arenas about him selling Gil's Arena and what that means. So before I get into it, I want to ask y'all a question. Let me ask the question because I pinned it in the comments earlier. Would you take the deal or not take the deal? Considering the fact if you're Gilbert Arenas, would you take the deal and sell half of what you built, or would you keep 100% of it? We're gonna dive into it, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts and my opinions on it. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Wrap up today. But before we do, I just want to send a shout out to Gilbert Arenas, Underdog. When we started this show, February 2023, we had some super lofty expectations of where we wanted to go. We're able to accomplish those things, becoming the #1 daily sports show in the world, Swaggy, or at least in America. But I want to thank all y'all on this couch, all the men and women that have graced this couch, all our tremendous staff, and all the amazing fans for everything that you guys have done in helping this become the show that it is, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate all y'all, especially.
Thank you. Yes, sir, brother. My God. Yes, sir. My God.
Appreciate you, gentlemen.
My God.
Skip, I'll send you a dap. Come over that way. Appreciate you as well. Shout out to our tremendously talented crew. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This has been another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. And if I don't see you again on this couch, a good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hey, Kobe.
Got you. Before I let you get on out of here, Gilbert, talk to me about, Gil's Arenas. What's going on, my man? Season 5, my brother. Talk to me. Let the audience know what's up.
Listen, I had to make a business decision, and I was looking at the landscape. We were doing 4 days a week, thinking we're about to turn to 5, and then another show got added, which was Gridiron Football Show with Skip, Akib, Nim, and we got bumped to 2 days. When you're trying to make progress, that's like winning a championship, and then all the starters get put to the bench, and you only playing 21 minutes. Right? It didn't make sense to me. And it's like, if we want to build and build, we can't play under, another show on the same channel. So, I had to make a business decision and, move in a different
And what was
direction.
that business? And to enlighten everybody, what is that business decision that you had to make?
Moving in a different direction and starting, anyway, let me see. In about 6 days, I will 100% own Gil's Arenas name.
Same cast of characters or different crew?
Well, the other characters are still under contract until September. So we're starting up in August. So unless they just flat out quit, I can't talk to them and I can't recruit them. I can't poach. So, I got to look for a different cast of guys.
Okay. Well, we here for it, my man.
Is one of the things I lean into. But the one thing
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Looking at it from my perspective, because I'm building something right now. I'm building a brand. I'm building a platform. I can see it from the point of view of not knowing how great your platform is going to be. Not being able to foresee it, so you got to make a business decision. And at that time, it probably was the right decision for him. Probably was, or he probably seen it as if it was the right decision to make. Me looking at it, because again, now this is hindsight. This is 2020 hindsight, and looking at the decision that was made, we can take a lesson from this. If you're building something, keep it. Don't sell it off. Because whatever they're willing to pay you, that means you're worth 10 times more than what they're willing to pay you. You're more valuable than what it is that they're going to pay you. Now, I wish Gilbert Arenas would have known that or took that into consideration. Because they ain't doing the same numbers that they were doing versus when Gilbert Arenas was there. And so that's why I look at it from my perspective as well. I'm building something here. So no, I'm not going to sell you 50% just to get the landscape or just to get the platform so I can learn how to do the business. Now, what I would do, I would take my job, the job that I work, I would take little trinkets from here and there, how they operate business, and then I can use that as leverage and then bring it over here to implement it in what I got going on and what I'm building over here to build my brand up to become more valuable. That's what we're doing over here. So one of my main things is I want to make sure that I hold 110% creative authority over here on the Courtnee Edgar Show. And if you willing to say, oh, well, Courtney, we want to pay you, we want to give you 50%. Oh, okay, well, that means I'm worth 10 times more then. So nah, I'm good on you, big dog. I appreciate you though. I appreciate your interest, but nah, we gonna go in a different direction. We're going in a different direction. Absolutely not. You could be a partner of it. You could tag along. You could be a sponsor of the show, but you ain't paying 50%. You lost your mind. So that way you could come in here and make all the changes that you want to make? Nah. Because I personally believe that was a bad decision to bring Skip Bayless on there. He don't fit. He does not fit. Skip Bayless does not fit. Skip Bayless has to be carried. In every show, Skip Bayless has to be carried. He was carried when Stephen A was doing the show with him. He was carried when Shannon Sharp was doing the show with him. He can't do a show by himself. He ain't like that, bro. He needs a supporting cast in order for his show to thrive. He needs a supporting cast. And to be honest with you, the cast that they got right now, they are all just regular co-hosts. They aren't as entertaining. It was only entertaining when Gilbert Arenas was there. And that's just being factual. That ain't no shade to anybody on there. There's no shade to anybody on the platform. We just call them a spade, bro. Just calling it a spade. Ain't no shot, don't get butthurt about it when you see it, because I'm pretty sure when, as I continue to get bigger, there's going to be some visibility going. They're going to go back, man, I remember Courtney said this, that, and the third. Yep, I said it. But I ain't mean no harm, but I just call them for what it is. The numbers speak for itself.
I want to address is that, man, it's a character. Like, people think that this is who I am, and it's not.
I can see it now.
And when people get it, they get it fucked up when they see me and they feel like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And a lot of people take shots and think just because I'm saying what I'm saying on the show, that this is, or how I feel, and it's like, bro, I'm the only one on the show playing the character.
No, that get underneath King and Martin's skin, is especially when they're just trying to talk about the topics. You got a guy that's just trying to make stuff for clicks and views, and being around that can get draining, which is what we covered with the last argument with Rashad McKenzie, King and Martin.
Mr. Logical. Yes, man. If that's what you want to call it, I'm very logical. Black and white. No gray area. I don't come here to make up shit just to fucking clickbait, troll people. Not at all. I come here to do the job that I'm hired to fucking do. And that's talk sports. I don't come here to do all that dumb shit, dog. Come here and just to fucking argue with people just because you want to go against the grain all the goddamn time. So when I don't agree with me, you make your points, Rashad. That's what allow me to make my points without you getting triggered. Finish line. It doesn't matter how I do it. I consider we ran the marathon. It doesn't matter how we finish it. Consider running 5K before, but nothing more than that. It's exhausting. Damn, this is all new information to me. It can't. I thought this was what we do. It can't be new information to you. Damn. It can't be. But Skip, I see you over here waiting patiently, notes in hand.
So I just got to ask Kenyon. I'm new to this, but as annoying as he can be, I still get the feeling that you do love working with him.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
We're having a breakthrough. But it's exhausting.
I know it's exhausting.
Because it ain't always including me. Because it ain't always included me, Skip. That's what I'm saying, right?
I got it.
It ain't always been here. Like me and him, we understand. Like we spent time away from here.
I sense that.
Me and him, right? In his home, he's like, we've spent time together, right?
I saw you before the show. I saw you talking to him, and it seemed like it was.
So that's why you gotta see. This is what I'm talking about. See, Kenyon Martin, you too serious, bro. You taking yourself a little bit too serious. Bro. Calm down. I get it. You want to be logical. You want to be intellectual. You just want to talk about the point. But guess what? You still got to be entertaining, dog. And now that Gilbert Arenas is gone, you definitely gonna need that. You're gonna need a spark. Everybody don't want to just sit there and listen to you. Yeah, man. So when you talk about, you know, say you got 24 buckets, you know, he scored 24 points and he was just 10 for 16 from the field. Sometimes, man, you just gotta learn to pass the ball, man. Like if you ain't passing the ball, or sometimes you gotta give the ball to the man that's hot, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, and that's my take on it. Every time, sometimes somebody gotta throw a wrench in there. What? 26, bro, you shooting 6 for 26 from the field, boy, you're garbage. You got to throw something in there from time to time because sometimes it gets dead. So somebody got to throw a wrench in there, whether they believe it or not. You already understand the conversation. You already know on the back end, like, all right, this month here is trolling. Or this month here, he just saying some shit for the clicks. I get it. So therefore, you can either play into it or you can ignore it. But to get triggered by it, that's crazy. That's wild work. Facts, Wilson. Entertainment first. Understanding people are watching you, so you got to keep them engaged. You got to keep them entertained. It's 5 of y'all, so you can't just be sitting there trying to be an intellect the entire time just because you don't want to. That's, man, telling you.
It's really not set.
So now this new clip that I want to show you guys, man, King Martin was cursing out Rashad McCants. He also was saying that Rashad McCants is acting like a female. He was saying that in a more PC way, but we all know what King Martin really wanted to say is that Rashad McCants is acting like a bitch, right? And it reminds me of what Marcellus Wiley always says when he covered these type of breakups in the news when it comes to like these sports shows. He say that we see that these guys spend half the time breaking up before it gets to the breakup, right? And this is what we're seeing. The chemistry is not there anymore. Gilbert Arenas is not there anymore.
Yeah, the jersey's tired, but
and this is what the fans have to see. So let's play this clip of King Martin and Rashad McCants.
I like the jersey.
King Martin cursing out Rashad McCants, checking him for this Jaylen Brown topic. Let's check out this clip right here. And if you can, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help support my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
I was never fighting tooth and nail for Jaylen Brown.
So that's all the faces and shit what I'm talking and shit for?
Yeah, because you said you applauded him, but you wasn't
speaking up for him?
Speaking up for himself.
We've been playing with his name, yeah.
Yeah, because we had a whole thing where y'all niggas was on my neck about that.
About what he said. No. So therefore, don't put words in our mouth. What me and Brandon say, I'm glad you jumped out there like a goddamn idiot right now. What me and Brandon was talking about was the choice of words that he chose to use when he said it was his favorite season. That's what the fuck you were trying to defend in here. That's a different conversation. So since you always want to fucking have something to want to be ready to rebuttal about some shit, you're fucking wrong.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
So Brandon, was that not the point we were making?
No. Yes.
No. Brandon?
No.
Was it?
No.
Yes. He was defending what we said he was right.
No, because you said you can't say what you want to say. Remember, y'all tried to talk me.
No, we said
you tried to talk me off
freedom of speech is not free. Freedom of speech is not free, is what we said.
Right?
We stated that
it's a full circle moment.
Brandon was in his very
full circle moment. I have photographic memory
as well.
I'm very.
We were saying that we had a problem with you saying that it was your favorite season, the words that you were choosing to use in that moment. And after you won, that's what Steve, that was the whole
thing. He can say whatever the fuck he wants.
And we said freedom of speech ain't free. And that's when your dumb ass jumped out there like a donkey.
Now we applaud him.
And that's when you jumped out there.
Himself.
In this regard, I said he has the right to defend himself. He has proven that he is going to speak up people playing on his name. I applaud him in that regard in this because we're talking about basketball here. We're talking about basketball. So the eye test, so therefore I'm speaking up for Bobby Marks in this regard because Bobby didn't say it. He said his words are, I like Jaylen Brown. Give me Jaylen Brown on my team any day. I think it's absurd that someone says he's the 7th best player on his team. That's what Bobby Marks said. So Jaylen Brown
is full of shit. There's no reason to say that. There's no reason to say it. There's no reason to say it if you don't feel it. What the fuck? I'm going to say some shit. I don't like this.
You say shit all the time. You don't fucking mean.
And I'm going to say this.
You say shit all the time that you don't mean. Just the clickbait motherfucker. Just the rage bait to get click shit. You say shit all the motherfucking time you don't mean.
No, I don't.
Yes, you did. You said that very season. No, I don't. You said that very season.
I defend myself.
No, you said you said
yourself.
I thought you'd be used to it by now. I come in here, bitch, just rage bait, clickbait. Yeah, you said that shit.
That was just for you. That was just for you. That's
So
not
therefore,
everybody.
you say shit all the time that you don't believe.
That's just for you. Because you say you're not
all
triggered.
the time
And you
that you
tell
don't
niggas to
believe.
put their feelings in their pockets.
You say shit
but then
all
your
the time.
feelings pour out when I'm triggering.
No, don't. Like I said.
All right.
Because you act like
So going back. So going back. We both acting like females right now. Because you got in your feelings and you in your feelings right now.
What am I about to do? This ain't got shit to do with me.
This got everything to do with what I said before.
No, this ain't got shit to do with
Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has the right to defend himself at all.
You're wrong.
He just applied.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
He just applied.
You're wrong. I ain't applaud shit that you say.
Favorite year?
Well, both of them in their chest right now. They both in their chest right now. Jesus.
He has the right to say that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
You see, man, everything I was saying before in the video I covered about a couple of weeks ago with Rashad McCants and Kenyon Martin is that Kenyon Martin is tired of sitting next to this guy, because when he now came out and said what he does and he's playing a character, Kmart, to me, he doesn't give off the type of person who wants to be around somebody who's pretending to be fake, pretending to be somebody that they're not, right? You can tell Josiah just wants to cover the topics, right? Nick Young is sitting there laughing at it. And you know, that's more so the uncomfortableness of it, right? Brandon Jennings kind of quiet. Skip Bayless, obviously, he doesn't really provide nothing when these arguments pop off. So like I said, man, this show is near the end. And it reminds me of what Marcellus Wiley used to always say when he covered these type of breakups in the news when it comes to like these sports shows. He say that we see that these guys spend half the time breaking up. So that's it for today's video, guys. I would like for you guys to get in the comment section.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I think the dynamic is there, but I think Kenyon Martin takes himself a little too serious. I think they mesh well together, but I do believe that Kenyon Martin, he takes himself a little bit too serious. He takes things a little bit too serious. I get it. There's some times where, you know, trolling can go only so far. Sometimes trying to be a contrarian the entire time. It's like, all right, bro, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You don't always got to be a contrarian. Sometimes let's just have the real conversation. I get it. I understand that, right? But then there comes a moment where you can feel it may be getting dull, so you got to throw a wrench in there, bro. You got to throw something different in there. It's like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to be on the agreed train. I'm just going to be on the opposite side of the aisle. So I'm going to say something wild to kind of throw everybody off, to get us back up hype again. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like an energy boost or an adrenaline boost to get everybody hyped up again so we can talk and have a conversation to keep people engaged. Because the more that you continue to just have the conversation without the entertainment, you're going to start to lose the viewers. You're going to lose the viewers regardless of how you feel about it. Regardless of how you feel. So even in this aspect right here, this would be entertainment because people love drama. Believe it or not, people love drama. They can be as holier than thou. They gonna watch it because they love drama. They want to see the tea. They want to see what's popping off. They want to see what the person's gonna say. They want to see their favorite person, or they think somebody gonna fight. People love drama overall. So they're gonna gravitate towards it every single time. When you look at these platforms out here, when it's just intellectual people just talking, you like, man, I'm getting sleepy. What y'all talking about? And everything you talking over everybody's head. Nobody's listening because you're trying to be a pseudo-lectual. Everything has to be a big word. That doesn't mean that people don't understand. It's like, man, anybody trying to hear all that? Just talk normal. Talk normal. All these big words, I promise you, we can still understand it if you talk normal. You don't got to let us know that you read books and you just read the dictionary every day, all day. You don't got to let us know that. That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't mean anything to me. That doesn't make you better than me at all or anybody else. Just saying. You know, Wilson said he thinks too much of himself. Yeah, it seemed like it, huh? Like, I'm just the big dog, and you know, I take myself too serious, so I don't like all that fake stuff around me, bro. So if y'all had conversations on the back end, you should already know what it is. So going into the show, you should already know what type of time he on. You shouldn't even be getting bothered by it at this point. You shouldn't even be getting bothered by it. Staged or scripted? I don't think it's staged. I'm gonna be honest with you. Wilson. I don't think it's staged because I think Kenyon Martin, he take himself too serious, bro. He too serious. Too serious. Everything is serious with him. Even with that little beef. Well, I ain't gonna call it a beef, but even with that little back and forth that him and Swaggy had at one point, he was trying to. He was almost ready to fight. I seen him do this enough for real. Yeah, fact. When Gil left, I left. That's what I'm saying. Gil was a show. Gil was the show. Regardless of how people feel about it, Gil was a show. When Gil left, it's like, hey man, listen, I really don't care what everybody else got to say. I just wanted to hear what Gil had to say. Yeah, the topics are scripted, not the arguments. Yep. Exactly. It's just business. Yep. That's a fact. But shout out to them. I'm pretty sure they're gonna land. They're gonna land wherever they land. They may get picked up by once their contract is up in September. They may get picked up by Gil's Arena. Who knows? I don't know. Don't know where they'll land. But at the end of the day, it just kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. When you're building something, don't give it away. When you're building something of value, don't give it away. Even if you can't see the value in it right now, somebody's going to show you that there's value in what you got. Especially when you're holding this platform. So even now, me at my 2,800 subscribers right now, some people may look at that, oh, you're small, bro. You're a small account. That's fine. That's great. But I'm not here for the short term. I'm here for the long term. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm building. That's all that matters to me right now. And I'm focusing on consistently showing up. More people are going to find me. More people are going to tap in with me. More people are going to be rocking with me. And my only objective is to make sure that I remain as authentic as I possibly can. I'm not playing no character up here. I'm not finna sit up here and lie to you. Oh, bro, you know, I'm a multi-millionaire and I'm doing big things. Yeah, I'm doing big things. But guess what? I ain't no multi-millionaire yet. Do I have dreams and aspirations? Absolutely. Do I got things I want to accomplish? Do I have milestones I want to accomplish? Absolutely. And they're on the way. This right here is the vehicle to the things that I'm going to embark on. This is just the beginning, bro. I ain't even tipped the iceberg of how great I'm going to be. I'm telling y'all that in real time. Clip that. Clip that. Everybody going to know. I told y'all, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to be the biggest YouTuber in Arizona. They going to know me. I'm going to be the big dog in Arizona. Because there's not many YouTubers out here who really claim it. They just don't know it yet. So I'm calling a spade a spade. So they can feel how they want to feel. We just building this thing. We're building it as we're flying it. I didn't pre-plan the build. I just say, you know what? I'm gonna get started and I'm gonna figure it out as I go. I'm gonna figure out how to get better. I'm gonna figure out how to be more entertaining. I'm gonna figure out how to do this. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. Figure out how to become a better brand and figure out how to present myself and market myself more effectively. Figure out all these different things. I'm just gonna figure it out as I go and get better as I do it. Because if you go back and look at my first video that I ever created, my first live stream, it's like night and day. From there to now, it's like night and day. It's not the same at all. All right. So yeah, man. But yeah, so shout out to them, man. I can't wait to Gil's Arena. He started his channel. I want to see what it's gonna do with his new show. I can't wait to see what it does. It's gonna be pretty dope. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Would y'all take that deal or would you keep yours and continue to keep building? I know what I'm doing.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me read some of these comments real quick. It says the topic. Okay, I read that already. He said, It says earn, not given. Your channel is going to grow, no question. Facts, bro. Facts. For sure, sub. Hey, I appreciate you, young scum. I appreciate you, homie. My dog Wilson. Listen, I appreciate you for showing up, Wilson. I appreciate you for showing up, dog. I appreciate you. That's love, dog. That's love. I can't wait for that butter cake. I can't wait for that cake too. I done lost about 10 pounds. So you know what I'm saying? I gotta put 2 back on to get some of that cake. You understand me? Courtnee Edgar television. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Courtnee Edgar I like that. I like that. Because that could be the umbrella for other channels. Because listen, bro, I think I'm gonna do that GTA. I think I'm gonna stream GTA. I can't stream it on here though. I can't stream it on YouTube because I already know it'll get copyrighted with all the music and stuff on there. I already know it's gonna get copyrighted. So I have another channel. I have another channel that I haven't been using much, and I'm just gonna use it as a shorts channel where I just clip up the live stream for the GTA 6, and I just clip the shorts and throw them on there. But I'll just stream on Twitch and Kick. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. But that ain't gonna do nothing because I want to make sure that it's separate from the Courtnee Edgar brand. Because we aren't as big as I need us to be yet on this channel. In this brand, we aren't as big as I need to be yet. So I can't bring them together. I can't do that yet. So it's gotta be separate. It's gotta be separate. But I can't wait though. I can't wait. But yeah, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all for coming to kick it with me tonight, man. Thank you guys so much for engaging in the chat. Thank you for the ones who supported me on the channel with the super chats. I appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. Biggest in Arizona. Hey, let everybody know, Wilson. Tell everybody. I will be. Facts. All in time. For sure, for sure. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. Make sure y'all are here on Sunday morning. I will be here Sunday morning at 10 a.m. on the live stream. Eventually, I'm going to start. Eventually, I may add a third day, but that's in due time. I will do that. I will do that in due time. Once I hit a certain milestone, then I'll go to 3 days of live streaming. I'm only doing 2 right now. And that doesn't include the Banter and Barter show. All right. So until next time, my good people, I appreciate y'all. I'll holler.